Justin C. McDonald. I've long been the only member of my family interested in clan heritage, wearing my MacDonald dress scarf since I was a teen. So he got into that even before he got into kilts.
Nice.
As I gear up for my wedding in a Prince Charlie, my family is now expressing a desire to add tartan to their outfits. We've talked a lot about the kilts, but what are some gateway options for the women? So everybody wants to get into some tartan. They have no experience. They want to get into some tartan for the wedding, but they're going to do kilts for the guys. But what are the women? What are the options for the women? It says, P.S. While watching one of your episodes, my bride said, your next kilt is coming from them.
Nice.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Justin's fiance.
Yes. Thank you for forcing him to do that.
Very kind of you.
Checks in the mail. So we're specifically saying women, or because he said his family? We don't know if it's men or women.
He says they've discussed kilts, but the main concern apparently is what are the options for the women. He uses the term gateway, so I'm thinking he's hoping for some simple ideas that are not going to be intimidating.
Agreed. Let's.
But we can cover the whole thing. We can cover
that's
both.
what I was gonna say. So just for posterity. Yeah. So if somebody needs something for guys, they can do it as well.
Yeah.
For a wedding, for men, I would say 3 of them come to mind for how to, if you're groomsmen, family or not, decide like nope. They're throwing a fit. They're not going to wear kilts, but you want to incorporate a bit of tartan into the ceremony for them. There's a few different ways you can do it. 1, tartan vests. 2, tartan tie or tartan bow tie, potentially. 3, pocket square. Another one that I don't know if I've said before is maybe a piece of cloth either tied to or under the boutonniere.
I don't remember you mentioning it before, but yeah, that was a classic.
So that would be mine for men. Do you have any thoughts on male?
No, I personally don't care for the tartan vests. Sometimes they look cool. Sometimes you look like a waiter on a cruise ship. So I'd be very careful with that. But I think you covered it nicely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving on. Women. What do we want to have for women, for incorporating them into a ceremony, but they're not, full-on tartan ball gowns?
Everything's going to depend on the formality of the occasion. I mean, if you're talking about a beach wedding, then you don't have to worry about any of this. If you're talking about a serious wedding that's going to last 3 hours with an incorporated mass in the cathedral in the capital city, then you're probably going to go a little more formal. It's a daytime thing also. Like, is it daytime wedding or an after 6 wedding? Most weddings are daytime these days.
Yeah.
That being said, the very, very simplest thing, like you were alluding to, would be some tartan mixed into a corsage.
Yep.
Okay. That's starting small. Tartan accents sash is probably the next most obvious option because you can wear it a variety of different ways with a variety of different kinds of dresses or outfits. Yeah, those are the easiest and also frankly the most economical things you can do. And then moving on up the scale, a kilted skirt if they've got the scratch, traditional kilted skirt, or better yet, if it's more formal, a hostess skirt, which means the length goes down to the ankle, with a traditional blouse, basically the whole timeless thing. Blouse and perhaps a bolero jacket, something like that can look very sharp. So you have I can easily imagine like a hostess skirt, blouse, bolero jacket, and a tartan corsage, just like the men in the groom's party, could actually look really sharp. So
I would also say a shawl or a wrap of some kind could work.
Yep.
Depending on again what kind of dress the ladies are wearing. I would also, if they're not that into it and don't want tartan as the symbolism, perhaps some jewelry, a brooch or a necklace or earrings or something like that.
The tonal.
Correct.
Yeah. Tonal.
Yep. Or a rosette, a small tartan rosette.
Yep.
Just little tiny accents. It doesn't have to be an over-the-top thing. You're just trying to impart some level of symbolism that, hey, they're involved in the thing. That's why they all have the same tartan on or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would say, and rosette was I was fishing for that word, and for some reason I was losing it. But yeah, rosette, typically going with the sash, is another easy option, and spices it up a little bit. You can incorporate things like clan symbolism in jewelry as well. Looking booth jewelry, traditional Scottish symbol of matrimony and love. So that's an easy one you could use. And frankly, looking booth pieces of jewelry can be a nice gift for the members of the bridal party also. If you need to give them some kind of token for their participation, that's a nice option.
I have another one.
He's got another one.
Yes. Not for everybody, but you could also give this as a gift to the bridal party.
Mm-hmm.
Matching neck tattoos.
Oh, okay.
For all the women.
I was gonna go with
clan crest.
I was gonna go with tights. You know, like
No.
tartan tights.
Neck tattoos.
Yeah. Okay.
Neck tattoos.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Or
That's what I'm gonna go
or
with.
brands of the clan crest. You know, like
Maybe not on the neck, but yeah.
I think it's kind of what I'm not hearing from the question also is what does your bride-to-be want the vision of the wedding to be? Because some folks are very, very strict about what they want for the colors and the forms of the special day. Others are more freeform. If you look at weddings in Scotland or less formal weddings here, you'll see a rainbow of tartan. People do not all necessarily have to match. And then it goes up from there. Like you might have a different tartan for each side of the family. You know, like the bride has a tartan that represents their family, and the groom likewise. And you have two tartans, and then they get combined, for instance, in a hand fastening cord, something like that. Or you have the exact modern, everything is monochrome and gray and silver and black, super modern, ultra sleek, New York tartan wedding, and everybody's in sterling gray, and that's it. So you need to make sure you have a unified vision of what the vision is, and your bride-to-be needs to be the leader of that. At least traditionally,
Involved
that is
in
the
the
attitude.
process,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, my wife and I shared our ideas equally, and luckily we had very similar aesthetics in mind, so it wasn't a problem. But that's the thing. Leave some room for creativity, and make sure that it's not going to be an economic burden. I will say this: a tartan skirt. I think a lot of women would much rather have a requirement that they have and purchase a tartan skirt for a wedding rather than a bridesmaid's dress, which they're going to wear once and it's going to sit in the freaking closet. And maybe they try to make it work for an evening dinner at one point, and then it doesn't fit anymore, and they get pissed off that they had to spend all this money on it. And Jamie's over here smiling because she knows exactly what I'm talking about. So in that sense, you could actually be doing your bridal party a favor by saying, invest in a garment that you're going to get more use out of and enjoy more, and will always remind you of the day. How's that?
Lovely. And matching neck tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, or piercings. Piercings work.
Yeah, septum. Yeah. Exactly.
Septum piercings. Oh, and then you can run a chain between them for the ceremony.
No. The minister pierces you at the altar and then puts the chain between them and yanks it down, so you have to force them to kiss.
Bonk.
Exactly.
Either kiss or headbutt. It's an omen.
Brand new ceremony. Yes.
Sounds
Don't
very
do this.
Klingon.
Don't listen. All right. Don't do any of that. Enjoy your wedding.
Thank you for watching. Some of these suggestions we gave were pretty much bog standard advice. If you have other ideas that people might want to consider, do share them in the comments below. What did you do for your wedding, or what are you planning for your wedding to make it a special day? Always make sure you have a clear vision and a shared vision with everybody who's involved so that everybody has a great time. Thanks.